We're going to travel abroad, United States of America to be precise, where the NBA Finals is currently going on. We've seen Game 3, and we're going to give you pictures of Game 3, San Antonio Spurs taking on Miami Heat. We'll take that and come back for more on Sports Tonight.
Ginobili finds Neal. Neal for three. It's good. Going into late third quarter in Game 2. Neal hits a three-pointer. Here comes Gary Neal. Neal slips, gets it to Green, hits a three. Neal another three, puts it in. Ginobili and Parker play catch. Parker knocks it down. Tough shot, a three-pointer. James hot step, blocked by Green. Final seconds. Neal at the buzzer. Bang!
Terrific defender, like Paul George.
Oh, Danny Green again. Leonard again. Green will try again. It's good. Danny Green. Leonard, bang! We're all talking to him. Neal has to put it up way outside, and he knocks it down. Gary Neal having the game of his life here in the NBA Finals. Neal tries it again, puts it in. Neal touch pass to Green, another three-pointer. It's good. 13 threes for San Antonio. Allen tries to save it, does, but right to Splitter. Green tries a three. Oh! Danny Green does it again! Three. Splitter. Blocked by Bosch. That was close to a goaltend. Green. Danny Green! An NBA Finals record 15 three-pointers for the Spurs. What a dazzling shooting display here in San Antonio.
You can never have enough shooting on your team.
Danny Green, bang! A virtuoso performance from Danny Green, 102-71.
I don't know how to describe that game. Was it a blowout? Was it a one-sided affair? I don't know. But I like the guys in the studio.
Obliteration, destruction, annihilation.
This is best of the West versus best of the East. I mean, I expect close games.
But we mustn't forget that we are talking about former champions of the NBA.
Miami Heat are defending champions as well.
And the San Antonio Spurs defending former champions.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You expect close games.
You expect close game. Sometimes in any game you can expect close game, but sometimes you like it to be one-sided, depending on the attention the opposing side puts, or the kind of the quality they put into that game. You can't. Sometimes you may expect that it's going to be a very close game and it turns out to be one-sided.
Okay.
But sometimes it becomes close. So in a game between two giants, it's not all the time you expect this to be very close, because the other one will come up with his best and the other one with his worst.
All right.
So it can happen that way.
I asked a question for you, Tunde, and quickly, let's look at it. Some people have jokingly said that this series will end before it started. It's 2-1 now. San Antonio still have home court advantage
for the next two
games.
It might just
end before it starts.
If they put up this kind of performance again, then I think the Heat are dead and buried. This was history in the making.
Yes.
No team has scored the most 3 points in an NBA
final game, yeah,
than what we saw again in this particular game, and it was an inspirational performance by the San Antonio Spurs. They might never reach this kind of heights again. I'm not cursing them, but it's almost impossible
against the best team in the NBA.
It's almost impossible for you to repeat such an outstanding performance. And like you said, it might just be over before they receive.
Let me ask you another question. In the Eastern Conference Finals, Miami Heat were losing, but LeBron James was still 35 points and all that. But in this one, they lost, and he wasn't even able to raise his own game.
He wasn't winning double figures. I think a lot of people have found the answer to LeBron. If you can double team him, you can triple team him. His quality will also shine through. But they found. I think the San Antonio Spurs have found their own secret weapon. They have people who can shoot from outside the bucket, and that is what they've been doing. They've just been draining those points. I mean, it was look at this. At every point in time, it was just raining.
Is it because King James doesn't have a good supporting cast? A lot of people have said that. Look, it's just LeBron. You know, when you talk about but of course we have Dwayne Wade, we have Chris Bosh, Ray Allen. Is it that he doesn't have a good supporting cast? Is that the issue?
You see, it's just the way San Antonio Spurs came into this game, a combination of the old guys and the young boys, and why Miami is just looking at the big boys, the big three in Billy, Tony Parker, and Tim Duncan to do the job. The young guys are just putting up their best performance. Danny Green, Gary Neal gotten a combination of 51 points, and of course you can just expect that Green even has 7 3-pointers in this game. So I think that's a massive one. And of course you can expect that kind of result against the defending champion.
It's a team performance actually.
All right, let's listen to what these guys have to say. That's LeBron James in your picture. Let's listen to what they have to say immediately after the game.
You can't make many mistakes. You know, we had our chances. We had 5 turnovers in the fourth. You know, we gave them some offensive rebounds in the fourth as well. I know Tim Duncan had one putback. Kawhi Leonard had another one. And we can't allow that. Against this team, you can't make many mistakes. I mean, you look at statistics. You know, we put ourselves in a position to win. You know, they shot 41%. We got rebounded by 9. We had more assists. You know, but we turned the ball over 5 times in the fourth. I was looking at the stat sheet, and it says they had 21 second chance points. I don't really understand how is that possible with only 6 offensive rebounds. I'm very good at math, and the only way you can get a second chance point is if you get offensive rebound, right? Am I correct? So even if you hit a 3 off 6 offensive rebounds, that's still in the 18 points. So I don't understand how that works. But we had chances.
Well, the man just doesn't understand what happened. He just can't explain.
Very subdued LeBron James, and they didn't have an answer on the night. And it goes back to what Tumnondi said. It was just a team performance on the part of San Antonio Spurs. They spread the performance across board. Whereas the Miami Heat were looking towards LeBron James to bring out the magic wand and build them out again. That didn't happen, and that was the key. A team performance as against looking to an iconic figure to bail you out.
All right, let's move on the show, but come back to what we started with, the game in the Sam Nkrumah Stadium in Namibia. We will update you with what is happening. But guys, let's quickly talk about it. What's the worst possible scenario let's start with the worst possible scenario from this game? What do you think it could be?
Even if we lose this game, okay, God forbid, because I know Nigerians will not like the other side of life. They like the positive side. Well, we have to say something. You can take anything depending on what the experience, what you get from those experiences, whether positive or negative. So we have to accept it. Even if we lose this game, we still have the last game against Malawi here in Calabar. I think the victory, the result, some of this. I think we did the job in Kenya. If we had drawn that game, or probably lost. And if the game between Namibia and Malawi didn't, maybe went the way of the Malawi, and then there'd been a different thing altogether. Because the Malawi had back-to-back home games. If they had won that game against Namibia, probably we drew our game against Kenya. And of course, even if they have won, we'll still be chasing the game. And they have. So I think we just have to give credit to the fact that our boys did the job in Nairobi. That Ahmed Musa was just the water shield for Nigeria.
Okay, thank you, Nodi. Do you think the hard part of the task, like Nodi said, the hard part of the task has been done?
Yeah, well, that's what you can see on your screen. It is Namibia 1, Nigeria 0. The worst case scenario that Yemi was talking about
has just happened.
And you know, let's take this in context. This game is not over. There's still time to
10
play.
minutes plus.
Yes, for Nigeria to get an equalizer and possibly a winning goal. But in the event that does not happen, it is not the end of the world. Nigeria was on a 19 or 20 game unbeaten streak. Every unbeaten streak has to come to an end
at some point.
So if it goes down tonight in Namibia, well.